Hey guys, it's Sarah. Thank you so much for watching. So today I wanted to share my current top 5 products under $5. Most of my channel is focused around drugstore products. I don't own a lot of high-end. I just love a good bargain, and for the most part I use drugstore makeup. Drugstore makeup though is getting really expensive. I mean, even brands like e.l.f. have been raising their prices quite a bit, but I wanted to talk about some really outstanding products that are still under that $5 price point. I had kind of a hard time narrowing this down because there are more products in my collection that are under $5 that I really like, but I tried to narrow it down to my true favorites and also ones that I feel like maybe aren't talked about as much. And aren't as well known. So kind of like some hidden gems at the drugstore too. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I wanted to mention, and these definitely are talked about quite a bit on YouTube, but they're definitely a newfound favorite of mine. I didn't really try them until somewhat recently, and they are the ColourPop single shadows. So these retail for either $4 or $5. They're $4 if you just buy them on their own, and they're $5 if you buy them with the outer packaging. Personally, I just buy them on their own and then I put them into a Z palette like this. I just bought all of these. They were having like a build your own palette sale. And so I have those, and then I also have a few others in this palette. Some of these are Makeup Geek, but a lot of them are ColourPop. I just really like them because they're a fun way to test out some really fun colors and kind of supplement your collection where maybe you're missing certain types of shades that are in other palettes. So I have chosen to get like a bunch of more colorful shades that I don't have elsewhere in my collection. I'll go ahead and share a couple of my favorites. So one of them is the shade Glass Bowl. This is a duochrome shade. It's kind of like a teal mauvey brown duochrome. This is a really popular one. This is probably one of their most popular single shadows. It's similar to the one that's in the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, but it's a little bit more subtle. This is a really nice topper shade, and it's also really pretty just all over the lid. I feel like it's a little bit more wearable than some of the shades that are similar to this, like the one in the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, and then also the one by Butter London. Those are really pretty, but they're a little bit more intense than this. And it's not that this isn't pigmented, it's just kind of a different formula, I guess. But really pretty. That one is one of their best sellers, obviously for a reason. Another couple of favorites are the shades Tiki, which is a kind of like a sunflower yellow. That's how I would describe that. And then also the shade Wait For It, which is a matte, like really pretty peachy pink. Those are gorgeous. Definitely not two shades that I would have imagined I would like wearing on my eyes, but they actually are really pretty. I also really like the shade Baseline. This is like a almost periwinkle shimmery blue. And then a couple of the new ones to me, I'm really excited to play with the shade Tea Garden. It's actually similar to Glass Bowl as far as texture, but it's actually more of like a greenish brown duochrome. That's gorgeous. Also really excited about the shade Prowlin. This is a like shimmery lilac. I mean, obviously excited about all of these shades. Another really popular one of theirs is the shade Paper Tiger. Pretty much everyone talks about this shade. It's like a mustardy yellow. Anyway, I just wanted to mention those as one of my top 5 under 5 because they definitely do get a lot of attention on YouTube, but I think they're a really fun way to add some color to your collection and really customize your eyeshadow collection. So I wanted to mention those. Those are definitely one of my top 5 under 5. Okay, the next favorite under $5. I feel like I haven't talked about this very much, but it's really one of those like workhorse products that I use every single day that I wear makeup, and I'm running low on it, and I've already repurchased another one because I just like it that much. And this is the e.l.f. I think it's called their Smooth and Set Under Eye Powder. e.l.f., I mean, I really wish they would put the titles of products on the packaging somewhere. I mean, I know that most people wouldn't care about that, but for someone who's making YouTube videos, it would be really helpful to just be able to look down and see the title on there. But anyway, I think this is their Smooth and Set Under Eye Powder in the shade Sheer. This is $4. You get a lot of product. This has lasted me a really long time. I still have you know, a little bit left. It's running pretty low, so like I said, I did already purchase another one. They had a 50% off Black Friday sale, so I stocked up on a few e.l.f. goodies, and this is one of them. This is just, I mean, it just gets the job done. I like a loose powder like this for the under eyes because I feel like it looks just a little bit more perfected than a pressed powder usually. I think it just looks a little bit more natural under the eyes, and I use this every single day to set my under eyes. And you know, I feel like I should talk about this more on my channel, and I don't know why I haven't, but I wanted to give it a shout out in this video because this is definitely one of my top 5 under 5, and it's just, yeah, it's just one of those workhorse products that I would not want to be without. And you know, it's probably nothing special. I'm sure there are lots of translucent loose powders that would do the same exact thing, but it's really affordable, and I just like it, so I wanted to mention it. Okay, the next favorite is actually also from e.l.f. I know e.l.f., I've complained a little bit here and there about how e.l.f. has really raised their prices. They used to be all $1 and $3 products, and now a lot of their prices are creeping up to like $8. They have some like $12 products. You know, it's a little frustrating, but they do still have a lot of products that are at that $3 price point, and one of them is the long-lasting Lustrous eyeshadow in the shade Soiree. This is kind of a cream shadow. I had this in my 13 by Halloween project pan. I didn't finish it all the way, but I just really enjoyed using this and focusing on it during that project, and it kind of reignited my love for this product. This is, did I say this shade? This is in the shade Soiree. I used to also have the shade Toast, which was a gold color, and that one I actually used up completely. I wish they would have more shades, because I feel like these are actually almost similar to like the ColourPop Super Shock shadows. You get a lot of product in here. They take forever to use up. They're just really, really full color, really metallic. I feel like this product just doesn't get a whole lot of attention on YouTube, and I think it's just a really unique eyeshadow formula, and more people need to know about it, so here I am telling you about it. Like I said, I wish they would come out with more shades, because it is just such a beautiful formula, and I think it only comes in like 3 or 4 shades. But this shade Soiree is gorgeous. It's like a mauvey burgundy shade, and it's like full-blown metallic. I don't usually love single shadows that are like in their own individual packaging like this, but these are kind of an exception for me. The next favorite are actually brushes, and it's not just one brush, it's kind of like a whole group of brushes, but these brushes all are under $3. Some of them are even 99 cents, but they're the Wet n Wild brushes. These are just their white handle brushes, and the bristles have a little bit of like pink at the end. You can find these a lot of times even at Dollar Tree, but they also sell them at like many other drugstores. And I love the face brushes. I'll just go ahead and tell you the ones that I have. These are, I think this is my, yeah, these are all of my Wet n Wild brushes right here, and I love every single one of them. I really like their large powder brush. I think that's what that's called. I'll list them all down below, but the powder brush is great. I use it almost every day for powder. I also used it today for bronzer. That was great. The contour brush, the angled contour brush, is lovely for contour. It would be also nice for blush as well. I actually have 2 of their flat top foundation brushes, because it's nice to have 2 foundation brushes in case one is dirty. This is just a really great foundation brush. It just does a really good job buffing in foundation without looking streaky, and so I love that one. All of those face brushes are $3 a piece. And then the eye brushes that I have their large eyeshadow brush, which is almost a fluffy shader brush, and that's really useful for a lot of different things. It's good for packing shadow all over the lid, but it's also good for like blending out too, so that's nice. I also have their crease brush. This is one of my favorite crease brushes. It's so fluffy. It's a little bit of a bigger crease brush. I love that crease brush. And then their under eye, I think this is their Smoky liner brush. I use that to smudge liner on the lower lash line. And their angled liner brush, which is great for like cream or gel liner, or I even like this for filling in the brows. It's really thin, and so it gives a lot of control. So if I'm using like a brow powder, that's what I use to do that. So that's my full collection of Wet n Wild brushes. I love these brushes. They're so cheap. Many of these I've had for over 2 years now, and they're still holding up really nicely, even better than some of the e.l.f. brushes I've tried. I would have also included the e.l.f. brushes in this video, but I felt like these beat those just by a hair, mostly just because I feel like they're slightly better quality. A lot of the e.l.f. brushes will get kind of loose at the ferrule, and so far actually I think one of these has gotten loose. The contour brush has gotten a little bit loose, and I'll probably glue it back down eventually, but overall these are just such nice brushes, and I highly recommend them. I don't think there's any need to spend a lot of money in order to get good quality brushes. With that being said, I haven't really tried any like high-end brushes, so maybe I just don't know what I'm missing, but if you have not tried these, you need to. Okay, and then number 5, I've talked about these many times before, but I just wanted to reiterate. The Jordana Easyliner for Lips retractable lip liners. I feel like these also don't get a lot of attention on YouTube. These are just such nice lip liners. Like, why are more people not talking about these? I think it's because Jordana just doesn't do a whole lot of advertising as a brand. Like, I don't see them on like Trend Mood or anything like that. Like, they don't really have a whole lot of like new releases coming out, at least that are advertised. I don't think I follow them on Instagram. Maybe I do, but I don't see a lot of advertising coming from Jordana. You can find them at Walgreens, and they're Their display in the store is very small, but one of the things that is in that display are the lip liners. I currently have the shades Rose Crush and Plush Plum, but if I could recommend one shade from them, it's actually one that I already used up, and it's the shade Tawny. I know I've talked it to death on my channel, but it's like just a beautiful rosy nude color. It's like the perfect nude lip liner. I need to repurchase it because it's just so nice. So those are my top 5 makeup products under $5. I feel like I could have done like a lot of honorable mentions. I probably could have done like a top 10 under 5 really, but these are just kind of like the ones that I really narrowed down. I feel like a lot of these are not given a lot of attention on YouTube, and a lot of them are just not really that well known. So I wanted to kind of spotlight those products and share them with you. So anyway, that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this kind of budget-friendly video. I always love talking about drugstore makeup, so it was fun for me to make. If you enjoyed, I hope you will subscribe to my channel and stick around, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.